analytic function, what have you understood? What is analytic function? Anyone? Okay, it seems no one have followed the videos, right? So analytic function means, suppose you have a complex function fz. You have a complex function fz in a region, say R, just a region, say R. Suppose there is a point z0. Now we want to define or check whether the function is analytic at z0. We want to check whether the function is analytic at z0 or not. In order to do that, how we'll check that? We will check whether the function fz is differentiable is differentiable in a neighborhood of z0 at all points. What does it mean? Suppose this is your z0 point. You pick any neighborhood containing z0, any neighborhood may be of this type. Your friend may choose another neighborhood but containing z0. Whatever may be the region or the neighborhood, the fz function must be differentiable there. There means there exist millions of points there, so the function must be differentiable at all such points. And you have selected one neighborhood. If your friend select another one, for him he must check if at all the points the function is differentiable. Now just to recall what is differentiability definition, we denote it by f dash z. Limit z goes to some point, maybe c, the function is differentiable if this limit exists, right? Just like the single variable case, or this is the complex variable, real variable case, the same definition. Okay, now I understand it seems very difficult for you to visualize or understand it. Just follow this definition as of now, that analytic function means if fz is differentiable at all points in a neighborhood of z0. So here at all the points this limit exists. So for all the points inside this small region, for all the points this limit exists. All the points means for all such c belonging to this region, this limit exists. So that means we need to check thousands of limits, millions of limits to guarantee that the function is analytic at z0, right? And if we want to say the function is analytic in a region R, then these two conditions must be valid for all the point inside R. So you can think it's actually a very difficult task to prove analytic function or not. So then comes Sear equations or Cauchy-Riemann equation. Have you heard it? Was it discussed? Someone please unmute yourself and tell me, was it discussed?
Yes, ma'am, it was.
Okay, so then comes Cauchy-Riemann equation. Now Cauchy-Riemann equation has two parts. So one says, suppose fz is analytic known. That means fz is analytic, it is known to us. So we do not have to check these conditions. It is already known that fz is analytic. Then del u del x is equals to del v del y, and del u del y equals to minus del v del x. So these two equations are called Cauchy-Riemann equations. This is one part, we call it necessary, and the sufficient part is, so now the sufficient part says, suppose fz is u plus iv, where u and v are two functions of xy, fz is u plus iv. You have checked, that means you are performing these derivatives and you are checking whether shear equations are satisfied or not. So you yourself have checked that these two equations are satisfied, that is shear equations are satisfied, and the first order derivatives, which is ux, uy, vx, vy, they are all continuous. If these two conditions are satisfied, then we can conclude that fz is analytic there. Oh, sorry, fz is it visible to you? I'm writing it here. I think my entire screen is visible to you, right? Okay. So fz is analytic there. Now, so remember, there's two parts of the Cauchy-Riemann equation. Suppose in the question it is mentioned that fz is analytic, then you can directly use these two relation because Cauchy-Riemann equation holds. Secondly, suppose you are asked to show that it's analytic or not, that case you need to test two conditions. One, whether it satisfies the shear equations or not. Two, these four partial derivatives are continuous. If these two conditions are satisfied, you will say the function is analytic. And again, analytic means this very difficult concept. Okay, so just remember, in every neighborhood or for that point, you pick a neighborhood and the function is differentiable at all the points. So this much is analyticity. Maybe sir has discussed some problem here. Today we will learn harmonic function. I think this was not discussed, right? Was harmonic function discussed? I think not. Okay. So let's start. So read the slide. Okay, let me go back to the.
Ma'am, can you go back to the previous slide where you have written everything?
This one.
Ma'am, the slide will, yeah, this one.
Okay, now harmonic function. Harmonic function means.
Ma'am, you can go to the other slide.
Okay, thank you. Then this one. So a function fxy which possesses continuous partial derivatives of first and second orders and satisfies the equation. Just look at the equation. It involves two second order derivatives and their addition. If this equation is 0 or this left side is equals to 0, then the function will be called harmonic function. This function, this equation is known as Laplace equation. Okay. So again, just telling you, harmonic function means continuous first order and second order derivatives, and the function satisfy this relation. What is conjugate harmonic function? Suppose you have two harmonic function itself, u and v, and they satisfy the Cauchy-Riemann equation. Then one function will be called conjugate of other. I'm again repeating, for harmonic function, you have to show that the first order and second order derivatives are continuous and the function satisfy this equation. Now conjugate harmonic means two individual harmonic functions, they themselves are harmonic along with that property, they satisfy the Freer equations. Then it will be called conjugate harmonic. So I have this function here. Okay, just we check u equals to cos x and cos hyperbolic y, so that the function is harmonic, and find its harmonic conjugate. Okay, I have solved it here. Just check del u del x. How much will be del u del x? Partial derivative with respect to x. So that means sin x. So minus sin x cos hyperbolic y. Del u del y. Differentiation of y keeping x constant. So cos x sin hyperbolic y. This is a formula. Hyperbolic function cos hyperbolic y. Derivative is sin hyperbolic y. Now the second order derivatives, del 2u del x2, again differentiation with respect to x. So cos x cos hyperbolic y, and del 2u del y2 means differentiation with respect to y. So cos x cos hyperbolic y. Add this two term, 0. So what did you get? Going back to the harmonic definition slide, partial derivatives of first and second orders are continuous. You need to prove that this continuous and this relation holds. Okay. Now coming back to this slide, first order and second order derivatives, they are sine combination of sin x and cos hyperbolic y, sine and cos function hyperbolic functions. So these are all continuous, and we got that second order derivatives del 2u del x2 plus del 2y del y2 equals to 0. So can we say it's a harmonic function? Yes, it is harmonic function. Okay, guys, please respond, because it's for me it's difficult to understand whether am I able to explain it or not. Okay, so please unmute yourself and respond whenever I'm asking something. Is this example clear? Have you understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Next, there was find its harmonic conjugate. So tell me, what do we have to show in order to show the last thing, that it's harmonic conjugate? What do we have to find? Harmonic conjugate. Which function will be, when do we call a function harmonic conjugate? Try to answer. Going back to the definition slide. Two harmonic functions u and v will be called conjugate harmonic if they satisfy CR equations. Okay. So I have solved it here. Okay, let me solve it in the next slide also. I think that will be more. Oh. So what is our function u x y? What is our function u x y was cos x cos hyperbolic y. Anyone having the problem? What was the given problem?
Cos x cos hyperbolic y.
So cos x cos hyperbolic y. Let us calculate del u del x. Partial derivative with respect to x. So what will be it? minus sin x. Cos hyperbolic y is constant, so cos hyperbolic y. Second order derivative with respect to x. So del 2u del x2. Against derivative of only sin x, which is cos x. Done. Del u del y. Derivative with respect to y. So treat cos x as constant. It will be sin hyperbolic y. And del 2u del y2 cos x cos hyperbolic y, differentiation with respect to y only. So if we add, we are getting 0. Okay, now just check here. U was a function given. Do we all agree that del u del x, del u del y, del 2u del x2 and del 2u del y2 are continuous? Anyone having different opinion that it's not continuous? Anyone having different opinion that it's not continuous? So these two partial derivatives are continuous, first order and second order. Also, we found that del 2u del x2 plus del 2u del y2 equals to 0, which is Laplace equation. So uxy is harmonic function. So we have proved that it's harmonic. Now we have to find conjugate harmonic. Now conjugate harmonic means to find v, another function, to find v xy such that u and v satisfy Shear equation. Okay, now what is shear equation? Shear equation is del u del x equals to del v del y. Now you have calculated del v del y, I mean del u del x, this one. So can I write it in this way, that it's minus sin x cos hyperbolic y? Can I? And del u del y equals to minus del v del x. So del u del y was cos x sin hyperbolic y. So we will write it as minus cos x sin hyperbolic y. Now anyone having any difficulty to understand these two lines?
No, ma'am. No.
No, ma'am.
So let me add, okay, just it would be better if you can have a snapshot of this slide. I will be changing it in the, you'll be using a new slide, so I won't be able to go back here. So just have a snapshot of this slide. Okay, now just what is our concern? To find v, okay, and we have these two relation. So anyone just confirm you have taken the snapshot, then I will change it to the next slide.
Yes, ma'am. ম্যাম আগেরটা একটু দেবে, মানে থার্ড যেটা।
এটা না, এটা তো আমি অলরেডি ইউজ করেছি। কোনটা, এইটা বলছিস?
হ্যাঁ রাইট রাইট।
এইটা তো ওখানেই ক্যালকুলেট করলাম, এখানেই ক্যালকুলেট করে দেখালাম। এই যে
হ্যাঁ
ডান
ম্যাম কোশ্চেনটা লিখে দিন।
ও কোয়েশ্চেনটা, আচ্ছা।
হ্যাঁ পেয়ে গেছি।
Okay, so now I'm changing it and I will use this slide. Again, just repeating, we need to find Vxy, right? Now just look with the snapshot that you have taken, what relation or what information you have regarding del V or its derivatives. You have del V del Y probably. কত আছে del V del Y? Look at the last slide. You have del V del Y with you.
Minus sin x cos hyperbolic y.
Achha, minus sin x cos hyperbolic y, and you have del V del x with you also.
Cos x sin hyperbolic y.
No negative sign. I think there will be a negative sign.
Yes, ma'am. Minus cos x sin hyperbolic y.
Okay. Now, I think you have studied it, that dz can be written as in partial derivative total differentiation. It can be written in this manner. If you are having doubts, you go back to the multivariable calculus that you have learned in the first semester. You have the BS Bewell book, you can find it and you can study total differentiation. Okay, so using this formula, we can write it in this way, that dV equals to del V del x dx plus del V del y dy, which is minus cos x sin hyperbolic y dx minus del V del y is sin x cos hyperbolic y dy. Any doubt? I think there should not be any doubt. Can I write it in this way? Derivative of this function? Can I write it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so if you are struggling with this, just follow this rule, d of uv, which is, say u is a function of x, v is a function of x. So what? How do we calculate it? We first differentiate u keeping v constant, and then
UV rule. We apply UV rule.
uv rule, exactly. So this thing here, you treat u as sin x and v as sin hyperbolic y. Okay, and whenever you are differentiating u dash, you write with respect to x, you write dx, and y you are differentiating, you write dy. So you will get this line. Now this is dv, so we can write v as, just integrating d of this means after integration it will give us sin x sin hyperbolic y and plus a constant. So our target was to find v, and we have now find here v. So the steps clear. I'm going back to the earlier slide. We started, remember, we started from here, vx. We used CR equation to get the relation in v. Then we used that total differentiation formula to put all the information related V together. Then we integrated and got V. Hopefully I have made you clear how to find it. So let us solve another example. Okay, let me insert another slide. Okay, I have to go the full screen mode. Say uxy equals to 2x minus 2xy. Now you guys first show that u is harmonic, then show or find conjugate harmonic to u. $245, so take 5 minutes and solve it. Don't just sit idly, try to solve it. First you have the function, then for reference I'm showing you the slides of the last problem. So try it yourself.
Ma'am,
Yes,
ma'am, uxx and uyy is coming 0.
uxx should not be 0. Acha, uxx, you said uxx. Ux is 2 minus 1. Yeah, then okay. You just have to show harmonic, and to show the harmonic function, you just add the double derivatives and check whether it's 0 or not. So both
Yes,
0.
ma'am. Both the derivatives are coming 0, ma'am.
Okay, now are you confirm and sure that the first and second order derivatives are continuous? Do not forget to show this criteria also.
Oh, ma'am, first derivative is 2 minus 2y. Ux equal to 2 minus 2y.
So you will proceed in this way, that it's a polynomial function, so it's continuous. Okay,
Okay, ma'am.
so this will be
Yes.
your argument. Polynomial functions are always continuous, so 2
Yes,
minus
ma'am.
2y. Similarly, the second order is a constant or 0, so it is always continuous. So first and second order derivatives are continuous. You have checked it. You have
Yes,
tested.
ma'am.
তারা তো হারমোনিক হচ্ছে।
Yes. So U is harmonic.
Yes, ma'am.
Then follow the steps to find the conjugate harmonic V.
Ma'am,
Yes.
V is coming x square plus 2x minus y square. Is it correct or not?
Let us wait for others.
Okay, ma'am.
What they come up with.
দেখো ওখানে রাখা আছে বারমুডা গোছানো আছে দেখ একটা এই জামা কাপড়গুলো রাখা আছে গোছানো আছে ওই কথা বল না কি করা শিখিয়েছি তলা একটা তলার দিকে আছে দেখো
Can you show your screen? And I mean by screen I mean your calculation. I'm stopping from my side. Can you turn on your video camera and just show your calculation?
Okay, ma'am. Wait. Can you see?
Just yes, it was. Just hold it in that and just keep lift your phone little bit up and okay, I can see the harmonic portion, but the V part calculation I can't. Okay, so x square plus 2y minus y square. I think you got it correct.
Okay, ma'am.
I think it's correct. So B. Okay, don't forget.
Yes,
to
ma'am. I also got the same answer.
Yes. Okay. So don't forget to write the constant.
Plus C.
Okay? Yes,
C.
because once
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
you are integrating, so there would be a constancy function. Okay. So now what you learned? Mm, so you are given a function u which you have shown that harmonic and you have found v which is conjugate. So you now have two functions. So basically it says if you are given a function u, you can check the harmonic function or not, and you can also find another function v which will be conjugate to u and also harmonic. So u and v both are harmonic and it should be a single word. Okay, so it's harmonic function and they satisfy CR equations. Now you can always create one function fz involving u and v. This is u. You can always create one function in this manner. If you create one function in this manner, then fz will always be analytic. There is theorem to prove it, but we are not going into the detailed proof. Just know that if you use two conjugate harmonic functions to create one fz, then fz is analytic. Am I clear? Also, if fz is analytic, which is known to you, and you know u is harmonic, then also v is harmonic function. V will be conjugate to u. Okay. So as the definition of analytic function is very critical and difficult to tackle. So there are various statements, various theorems or ways to show or to understand the analyticity of a function. So one such is this way. One was CR equations. If you remember, let me go back to the first slide. One way to show the analytic function was this criteria, that you show the partial derivatives of first order are continuous and they satisfy the CR equation, then the function is analytic. One way to prove. Another we learned, if we are given one harmonic function, if we are given one harmonic function, we can create a conjugate harmonic and add them up in this manner to get an analytic function. Okay, so I think this much for today's class. Next class we will discuss gate problems. Okay, so if anyone having any doubt regarding this class, so we can discuss.
No, ma'am.
Okay, so the next class, though the next class is from 3:10, I'm here, so we'll start from 3:05. Okay, if you want some break, you can have for the next 5 to 10 minutes. Okay, just come back quickly and we will discuss problems on gate. Okay.
Ma'am, in the Telegram group, there is a different link for the class 3.
I don't think, I created the same link. Just check.
No, same link is there.
Oh, acha. ठीक.
Okay, because we have some official things, so that's why I wrote it in this way. So same link, just
In
join.
different
Okay.
places. Okay, ma'am.
Okay. So just come back quickly. We'll start with GATE syllabus and theory. So if you want, you can have a break for the next 5 minutes.
Ma'am,
Yes.
ma'am, for the attendance.
I will share the same link at the end of the GATE class.
Okay, ma'am.